Hi, we're going to create a 3D camera move using Photoshop and Adobe After Effects CC. So this is the other one image created using 5 different layers. So the top layer I have the little puppy, and next layer I have a Great Dane, doves, street, and the bottom layer sky. So first, save these files as the just a Photoshop generic file, PSD file, and then what we're going to have is this. Oops. Yep. So it will look like this. So let me play how it looks like. So we turn that Photoshop file, the flat images, into this type of a three-dimensional 3D camera move. Okay, so let's do that. So let me close this. Okay, so first make sure you save this as the Photoshop file by keeping all the layer information. So I'm saving as a comp.psd. I will just replace it since I have saved it already. So now open After Effects. Okay. After Effects CC 2017, that's what I have. Okay, so once you open the new project, so let's create the no, not new project. I'm going to keep this, and let me create a new composition. Okay, 920 by 1080, 30 frames per second, and maybe on 10 second is let me make it a little bit smaller. 1280 by 720. Okay, so it's not HD quality, but so we can do it a little quicker. So okay, so this is my new composition, and let me import file. I saved it as a comp.psd. Open, and we're going to import as editable layer styles, and then on top import kind. Let's choose the composition, retain layer sizes, so we can control it. And okay, so if you see that under here there are 5 different layers, I mean for each Photoshop file, so you can see how it looks like. So this bottom one is supposed to be on top, so I'm going to drag it so kind of backward, the top, next, 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 and the bottom. So yeah, it looks kind of strange. Let me resize it a little bit from the top one. This little puppy, I'm gonna keep it just as it is, and then my Great Dane. It's way too big. My Great Dane, I'm gonna make him. Oh, this is doves. This is my Great Dane, I guess. Okay, a little bit smaller. Let me reposition it. And so this is my doves. Okay, I'm gonna place them maybe somewhere here. I'm going to resize it completely for now because I can change it a little more after. Okay, so let me fit to page again. So this is my kind of the layout for now. Okay, so next step is we're going to turn on the 3D layer for each one. So in your timeline you can see the little cube things, and then check the 3D layer cube for each layer. So what we just did was, when we just imported those the 5 different layers into one composition, they were on the just like the two-dimensional flat surface like a paper. And as we turn this on, now they're on the three-dimensional space. So let's take a look. So first the thing is, since we turn on this all 3D layer options, I'm going to change my view options from the one view to 2 views horizontal, and now you can see this. Okay, and then as you select each layer, now you can see that kind of 3 different axes, X, Y, and Z axis. So X and Y we can move side by side or up and down, and the Z axis that is for the depth. So we can push back or we can pull forward. I mean toward me, your camera. Okay, so we have not don't have a camera yet. So let's create the new camera by holding down the control key and click somewhere on your timeline and select new camera. Yep, I'm gonna have 50 millimeters. Okay, so now we can see this. So this on your left view side, left side view, you can see that kind of the point. This is the where your camera is. My camera is. Okay, so take a look at this. Let me select the bottom layer first. Now you can see that X, Y, Z. You can see the my screen is kind of smaller, so it's kind of hard to see it. But when you hover your mouse cursor over your object, you can see that your indicator changes from X, Y, and Z. So when you see the letter Z, meaning I can change the depth, keep pressing your mouse button down and push. And compare what's happening on your right view. What's happening is I'm pushing that image, the sky image, back. Okay, so what I did, I didn't rescale it. It looks kind of smaller because of just the distance between the sky image and the layer, and then my camera. My second one, street view. Same thing, X and Y and Z. Push back, see? It's kind of cool. Maybe I will stop somewhere here. Or pull a little closer. And my third one, my Great Dane. I'm going to push him a little further, not too far. And my Dove images, X, Y, and Z, push back. And then also X, I'm going to move to the side. We can do it later, or this way. And my little puppy, I'm gonna just keep him where he is now. Okay, so let's take a look what we did. Since we created the 3D camera on top layer, on your top toolbar you can see the camera tool, and there are 3 different types of cameras. Orbit, track X and Y, meaning you can move your camera side by side or up and down. Z, camera, you can move your camera forward or backward, it's like a dolly camera. So let me choose my orbit tool, orbit camera first, and see how it works. Let me change my view options to one view again, and let me keep pressing my mouse button and rotate it and see. So now you can see that all the layers on the kind of different position, different location. It's a kind of a 3D thing. So I'm moving maybe like this, and I'm going to change my camera to this time the track camera X and Y, so I can move side by side. Just, I'm gonna stop somewhere here, or let me choose my dolly camera so I can push forward or backward. So I'm gonna do it just like this. Okay. And now, on your camera layer, click on the little drop down menu. Under transform, there are a lot of kind of values we can change it. So make sure your time indicator on the first frame at 0 second, and select all. Just click all the stopwatch, meaning you are inserting the keyframe. And let me move my time indicator till the end, 10 seconds, and then from this point I'm going to change the I'm going to move my camera. So my orbit camera first. No, maybe not this way, maybe this way. And my XY track camera, I'm gonna move to the side like that. And my dolly camera, I'm going to move forward so I can view closer view of my little puppy and see what happens. So from the very beginning, let me preview it. So this is what's happening. Okay. Good thing about this is we moved just the camera. We didn't move anything of each layer. So you can move your camera, but also at the same time, I can move each object on each layer. So for example, my big Dane, Great Dane, I'm going to move him. Let me collapse this. So this is where my Great Dane is. I'm going to change the position of him. So make sure your time indicator is on 0 second, and then that layer is selected, and hit the P key so we can change the position. So position, I'm going to start maybe from somewhere here, and click on the stopwatch so we can insert that keyframe. At the end, I'm going to move him to side. So you see that kind of a path this Great Dane is moving. So this is what happens. We can do the same thing for the doves and the streets and the sky as well. My sky is moving because my camera is moving. Okay, so once it is done, I'm going to save this file as Adobe After Effects project file, street.aep in my folder. And then to export as a QuickTime file, go to export, add to render queue, and then we have to decide where and how. So output 2, we're going to, so you can decide where to export as like a destination. So destination is okay. I'm going to name it as a street.move. Save it and click on render. That's it. See, you can see that kind of processing bar, and then you're gonna hear that like a ding sound, meaning the rendering process is done, completed. So it goes. So I think 10 seconds might be kind of too long. Maybe you can do this maybe for just a 5-second animation. So we're almost done. We're getting in there. I'm thirsty. Almost there. Keep going. Keep going. And keep going. One day we'll be done. Ooh, yeah. And let's check my folder. I always forget how I say it. Okay, straight dot move. Not this one. So this is the one we just made. I just made. So each layers, and then since my camera is moving side by side and then kind of forward and backward, and I move this gradient thing. So yeah, this is what we have now. Okay, so that's it.